Pepper balls, rubber bullets, and families scrambling to find their children.
Families were separated, children were left terrified.
Idaho News 6 was there Sunday night in Wilder after federal agents moved in on La Catedral racetrack.
ICE agents, police, FBI.
The FBI calls it a criminal investigation into illegal gambling, but community leaders call it excessive force.
When the government uses ultimate force to remove individuals, that is wrong.
Tonight, we take you inside the raid, the aftermath, and the outcry that shows no signs of slowing down as an unknown number of people are still detained, and at least 5 people face charges in federal court.
Connecting neighborhoods across the Treasure and Magic Valleys, telling stories from within our communities. This is Idaho News 6.
Tonight, the FBI confirming a 5th arrest in relation to their massive raid at a Canyon County horse track. Officials say they have arrested this man, Cesar Orozco, in Meridian this evening. A criminal complaint obtained by Idaho News 6 alleges Orozco accepted and tracked wagers in an illegal gambling operation at La Catedral Arena. It describes him as a backpack courier who exchanged cash at races. Thanks for joining Idaho News 6. I'm neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker. Tonight, we're bringing you team coverage as our team of neighborhood reporters talks with advocates, family members, and protesters. Our neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey was on the ground on Sunday as the raid happened. He kicks off our team coverage tonight. Brady.
Families are still looking for answers one day after a massive raid at a private horse race track in Wilder left dozens of people detained. Immigration lawyers tell us those people are being held in ICE custody. I'm your neighborhood reporter Brady Caskey, and I was at that horse track all day Sunday, where ultimately 4 people were arrested, accused of illegal gambling in a federal investigation. We hope to ask FBI and local leaders more about their massive response, but that press conference was called off. Instead, the ACLU addressing the crowd of protesters.
Enough is enough when it comes to the abuses that are continuing to occur.
An ACLU press conference outside the Canyon County Courthouse. As family members push for answers after this scene unfolded Sunday at a private horse track in Wilder. High tensions and conflict between law enforcement and families. Rubber bullets and pepper balls being shot towards a crowd as police gained control of the scene. I was invited onto a nearby property to get a better look at the operation, where I saw ICE agents, DEA, FBI, state, and local law enforcement set up a large-scale screening area where they were questioning people who were zip-tied or handcuffed.
Immigration will screen these people. What they do at that point, I don't know for sure.
I saw some people were chained by their hands and waists, agents loading them into vans. At Monday's press conference, we learned all children have been released. I was there when some kids were reunited with family. While overhead, police used drones to search for people in a nearby cornfield.
At this point, there is still a number of people who are detained. I can say that there are many of them who have absolutely no criminal history whatsoever.
Lawyers, local leaders, and family members all presented to a crowd of protesters.
I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm heartbroken, and I'm sad. We waited, we asked questions, and we weren't getting any answers.
Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis was also here for those protests and spoke with concerned families.
Several neighbors told me they haven't heard from their family members since Sunday's FBI operation in Wilder. While children have been released, families tell me many parents are still missing. I'm our Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis, where nonprofits and community members gathered to show support for those detained.
I want to show support for people that can't be here, people that have had family members detained and out of fear can't be here, and I just want to be able to support my community in that way.
It was a protest marked by questions and concerns, but few answers, as locals gathered peacefully outside the Canyon County Administration building.
An abuse of power. If they're doing their job, why are they coming at people so aggressively? Why are they zip tying kids and being physical with people? I don't want that in my community.
Many gathered signs showing support to those detained, while others voiced opposition to ICE. Kimra Luna told me she was there when families were separated and neighbors anxiously asked about the whereabouts of their loved ones.
Everybody didn't know, like, oh, are they being taken away? Are they going to release people? It was just utter chaos. And then several people were there saying that they had children in there, and they said, where are our kids at? Why are kids being detained?
Luna explains that while they were walking onto the property trying to locate their loved ones, they were confronted by aggressive law enforcement officers who began firing rubber bullets at them. Caldwell police arrived at Monday's protest shortly after counter-protesters arrived. But Poder of Idaho said police didn't have to have such a large response on Sunday.
Just to clarify, if they wanted to get those that they were aiming for, they could have arrested them any time. You know, they didn't have to do a community sweep like they did.
Many protesters and nonprofits told me they'll continue working to locate their families and plan to protest at the state capitol on November 2nd. I'm your Caldwell neighborhood reporter Leslie Solis for Idaho News 6.
The raid in Wilder is officially the result of an FBI criminal complaint. And because the complaint is now public, the FBI says that's why they canceled their afternoon press conference just 90 minutes before it was set to start. The complaint against Ivan Tellez of Wilder was filed by Special Agent Jake Sheridan of the FBI. It all started with a tip in February from an unnamed source. Sheridan alleges Tellez, who is a permanent resident living in the U.S. legally, was operating an illegal horse gambling operation at his property in Wilder. The complaint alleges Tellez had a permit from Canyon County to hold horse races, but did not have a license to conduct parimutuel betting. The complaint alleges that Tellez and the bookie, Samuel Bejarano, had online conversations about the operation. It adds that an undercover officer recorded video of himself in September handing wagers to Bejarano. Now that the arrest has been made and allegations spelled out, they have to prove their case in court. Tellez is scheduled to appear in a federal courtroom in Boise tomorrow afternoon.
On Sunday afternoon, a large law enforcement presence surrounded this property after an alleged illegal gambling operation. I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter, Victoria Rodriguez, and I spoke exclusively to one of the property owners and parents of one of those arrested.
Desde la 1 hasta las 4, 5, 6 de la tarde, esposado.
According to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, 4 individuals were taken into custody on Sunday following a massive law enforcement operation at La Catedral Arena, a private racetrack in Wilder. One of those arrested was Ivan Tellez, one of the owners of Tellez Farms. I spoke exclusively with his father, Andres Tellez Juarez, who also owns the property. He walked me through his home, showing where federal officers forced their way in, breaking doors and rushing through rooms. Ivan's mother tells me she was held at gunpoint during the raid as agents stormed the property. He also walked through the back area where dozens of people were detained. As he explained the moment, he says he was zip-tied and watched others taken away.
Espero que toda la gente me apoye en este sistema. Pienso que las personas que ingresaron aquí abusaron mucho de su fuerza.
Tellez says what was supposed to be a relaxing Sunday horse race with families enjoying the event took a sudden turn when law enforcement moved in and chaos broke out.
Gente adulta que viene a divertirse, a desestresarse un poquito de la semana de trabajo, abusaron de la fuerza de ellos. A niños de 12, 13 años los traían esposados, a mujeres de 70, 80 años los traían esposadas.
He says several people asked officers to loosen their restraints, but claims those pleas were ignored.
Pedía de favor que le movieran a uno las esposas, a unos con las manos ya moradas, otros dañados de la espalda y con las esposas bien apretadas les pedían de favor que les aflojaron las esposas y se rían o hacían esta cosa. Estás bien, pum, los echaban.
Andres believes his son was wrongfully arrested, saying the operation should have been handled differently.
En mi punto de vista, tanto al gobierno como a los militares que vinieron, abuso de fuerza. Nada les había costado con venir al sheriff a arrestar a Iván o arrestarme a mí como dueño. Y Iván, déjalo, porque yo soy el que El que me han gustado los caballos toda mi vida.
As we learn more, you can continue finding coverage on this story on our website at idahonews6.com. Reporting in Wilder, I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter Victoria Rodriguez for Idaho News 6.
And we're learning more tonight about the families caught in Sunday's federal raid. 17-year-old Stephanie Torres says she watched on Facebook Live as her father and 14-year-old brother were zip-tied and detained. Her father remains in immigration custody tonight. While federal officials say the raid was a part of a months-long gambling investigation, immigration agents were also on the scene, checking identification and detaining some individuals. I spoke exclusively with Stephanie about what she saw and how her family is coping. You'll hear that full story tomorrow morning on Idaho News 6.